Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Bit of breaking news this Monday morning. We're in the set and Frank Lampard's not in the set. He's been sacked. Look, not surprised. I think that Everton fans in the main wanted this and I think it's the right decision. I'll be very intrigued to see where Everton are going to go next. Massive games against Arsenal and Liverpool to come, so it's not an easy job to come in. Will they bring Duncan Ferguson back as an interim? Will they bring in someone like Sean Dyche? I don't think they're going to get anything from the next two games, so I think Everton fans will need to be patient. But I suppose the sooner you get a replacement in, the better, because then you can start to build for the rest of the season. And I would predict that Everton will probably stay up now, because whether it is a Duncan Ferguson or whether it is a Sean Dyche, I just think 3 wins across the Premier League season so far for Frank Lampard is abysmal. And beyond the nice guy image, which he actually, does have, I'm not here to dispute that. I just don't think he ultimately was good enough. And as a manager in the Premier League, I think you need to show a little bit more than that. And I think maybe the Premier League's going to wake up a little bit more now, because these ex-players such as Gerrard and Lampard that have had fantastic, they're Premier League legends. They're probably in the Premier League Hall of Fame. They're not good coaches. And hopefully now we'll start to see the likes of Potter and other people who are actually good coaches, who weren't brilliant ex-players, who do get the better jobs and the better opportunities. Because I think Aston Villa and Everton have made big mistakes going for big names that don't have the experience or the tactical know-how to manage at this level. So look, I said this at the start of the season. I felt that Frank Lampard was going to end up getting the sack, and I think they should have done this before the Southampton game. I think this should have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was a bit of a break. They could have got Dyche or whoever in. That massive game at Goodison against Southampton was a 6-pointer. They lost 3 points there. I think West Ham were always going to beat them at the weekend. But I look at that Everton team and I look at Conor Cody and Tarkowski, and they've got a midfield which, all right, it might not be blessed with amazing talent, but there's a lot of work in there with Onana and Trezeguet, Iwobi, Calvert-Lewin if they can keep him fit. They've brought Danjuma in. They've got Damari Gray. They've got enough to stay up. When you compare that Everton team to, a Forest or a Bournemouth or a Southampton or even a Wolves, and this is the biggest reason I think Lampard needed to go, they're not getting enough out of the squad that they actually have. And Lampard, nice guy. You're going to hear that a lot. We had it at Manchester United with Solskjaer, nice guy. What's that got to do with it? Nice guy. Nice guy. It's got nothing to do with it. You need, at the Premier League, to be a bloody good coach. And I think where Lampard goes from here, he'll get a job on BT straight away. They'll get him on straight away because he speaks well. Gerrard was on at the weekend. He'll be straight back onto BT. Don't worry about that. He'll be able to pay the mortgage. The reality is Everton Football Club need to stay up. They can't pay the mortgage if they're not in the Premier League, and they've made the right decision, probably a little bit too late. Let's not dismiss the fact that there are bigger issues at Everton, the board, the way the club is being run. I'm sure fans will carry on with that. We've probably not heard the end of that. And you know what? It's very important as well. This is very reminiscent of Manchester United. It's not all on the manager. The manager needed to go, but that was, it's not a magic wand and everything's fine. There are bigger issues at Everton, and the fans are very right to keep going with that, and I'm sure they will do. But let's not pretend it's all on the board either. That Everton team, that Everton squad is better than where it is. Those results aren't good enough. And as I said, 3 wins from 20, and they were in a relegation battle last year. I suppose Lampard had the excuse last year of inheriting the mess from Benitez. They do need to spend more money. But that Everton team is not a relegation team. But at the moment, they're in the relegation spot. So good decision. Interested to see where they're going to go next. I would bring someone like Duncan Ferguson back, even if it's an assistant manager. Everton need their identity back. I know a lot of Everton fans like Lampard, but from the outside looking in, it just never felt like it was, it never felt like Everton. Get Duncan Ferguson back. Maybe go for a Sean Dyche. You've got to go short term. There might be changes in your board in the future anyway. So I would make that change, and I think Everton have made the right decision. What are your thoughts? Get your comments in below. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one.